Before I start off this video, I will leave a link to the original source of this video. I will warn you, do not watch this video if you haven't watched Godzilla King of the Monsters. So in this interview, Michael Dougherty confirms that Mothra is alive or some type of form from her, and most likely it's the cocoon that we saw towards the end of the movie, and it pretty much confirms it right here that Mothra will return for a future film. Either it could be Godzilla vs. Kong or possibly a third installment for the future, and it pretty much confirms that this larval form will in fact team up with Godzilla because she will have the memories and thoughts of the past Mothra. So during the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters, there was possibly two larval forms and we just didn't know about them until the end of the movie when they discovered the cocoon larval form type of egg. And this makes sense because we always saw two larval forms together as twins.
Mothra never dies.
What happens to Mothra?
She always comes back. That's the beauty of Mothra.
Oh, I thought you meant in this film. Okay, I see what you mean.
That's what I love about Mothra as sort of as a character in all the Godzilla films, is that she represents that endless cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth.
Yeah.
You know, she's so far above the other creatures and us as a stupid species of talking monkeys that she sees the big picture. She knows that her self-sacrifice is a noble one, that where ultimately she wins. She knows that she will live on through her children. But that's what she does.
Maybe.
But there's a really great supercut on YouTube of all of Mothra's deaths.
Yeah.
And it's darkly hilarious at the same time.
I don't know why this one got me so much. I think you guys did a really killer job with her sound effects.
Thanks.
And they just hit me in the heart.
I mean, she's an easy creature to feel things for because she's so beautiful and she's so noble. So of course she has to die.
Yeah. It was hard. It's always
but again, I
hard to
truly
watch.
believe I like to think that her children have the sort of collective memories of all the previous Mothras.
I like it.
And maybe that's why Mothra teamed up with Godzilla, because she has the old memories of the past Mothras that have always helped out Godzilla in the past and maybe the future. That's why you don't see Mothra taking any orders from King Ghidorah during the movie, which makes sense. The following clip talks about Easter eggs towards the end and Kong.
If you do pay close attention to the credits, it's loaded with layers of Easter eggs. And it also pays special close attention to the redacted text.
Okay.
If you
Good
have
to know.
if you're fast enough.
Yeah,
it very intentionally rewards you for paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing that I did pick up that was very exciting was migrating towards Skull Island or heightened kaiju activity.
Yeah, it does.
Very
It does lay the groundwork for the next chapter for Kong versus Godzilla. So there is a post-credits scene.
Yes.
But I thought also it would be great to use the main on ends to sort of,
The following clip talks a lot about the monsterverse, but there's this one part that caught my eye when he talks about flies eating on King Ghidorah, and immediately when you talk about flies, it kind of hints at Battra because Battra resembles a fly, and that would be amazing to see in the future, a Mothra and Battra teaming up against something even bigger, who knows. So that is very interesting. So what do you think? Is there any room for a Battra in the future? I really do think so, because when they're eating King Ghidorah, that leaves the possibility for a mutation between flies, and that could possibly spark Battra for the future, which is very interesting.
The post-credit scene you alluded to, that is an interesting number that, we can read a lot into, and obviously you can't talk about too much because it's hinting at the future. But I'm assuming that all ties into the lines about him having DNA plans for these creatures.
it ties into so many different things.
Yeah.
The fact that Ghidorah is not of this earth.
Yes.
That he can affect our ecosystems merely by existing, that he's capable of regeneration. I mean, the possibilities with King Ghidorah's severed head are endless. I mean, what happens to the flies that were picking at his flesh? Do you know what I mean? Like it's a giant possible ripple effect or domino effect.
Very interesting stuff right there. So this leaves the possibility open for so many things in the monsterverse. for example, Destroya, Mecha King Ghidorah, or anything can possibly happen now, which pretty much he confirms it. Whatever sounds good could become a reality in the future now. We could potentially see a mutation between King Ghidorah and something else, or maybe Battra.
My head just spins with all the possibilities
Right?
of the
It's
things
fun.
I want to see
It's
from
so
everything
fun.
you just
Yeah.
said. But where did that scene come up in the timeline of, you know, scripting to filming to all that? Was it always in the script to be a post-credit scene? Did it come later?
I always had it in the back.
So this for sure confirms that we're getting more Ghidorah, or that this is not the final time that we will be seeing King Ghidorah, because there's more to come in the future regardless, or even possibly Mothra and Battra for the monsterverse with potential other creatures. Now the following video is so crazy because it talks of a potential second ending for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it has to do with the twin fairies and Mothra. Just watch it, guys, it is so crazy, and I have a feeling that there's more to come for Mothra. So for you Mothra fans, be super happy because she was a badass in the movie, and there's more to come. They wanted to do more with the twins and Mothra.
More Ghidorah is exciting, but I also like that it suggests more Charles Dance, which is always a
Yes.
good thing
Always.
in any universe.
Always more Charles Dance.
Yes.
There was another tag that we didn't get to shoot though.
Ooh. Will you tell me about it?
So the other tag involved Zhang Ziyi's character, Dr. Chen. And we picked up with her in Tokyo, where she ducks into sort of like a bar and goes down a set of steps past a security guard where she meets up with her twin sister. And the twin discusses that, you know, I'm not sure they're ready, they're so young, and the other twin says, yes, but so were we once. And they enter like this giant ancient temple, just like the one that we saw in the beginning of the film, and there's the second Mothra egg. And then in front of that Mothra egg are two little girls, about 5 years old, also twins, implying that they were the daughters of one or both of them. And they're singing to the egg.
I love it. I'm going to pretend it exists.
I'm so bummed we never got to. We had a location, we had it all budgeted, we were making costumes, and it just didn't come together. Maybe for home video or something.
Yeah.
There you have it. I gotta say that ending sounds super incredible and just so classic to the old fairies and all of that. I think that would have been a fantastic ending for the Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now the following clip talks about maybe Godzilla going to Netflix, which wouldn't be really a surprise. I think that would be really good if we got to see a Godzilla on Netflix, because that will give them more possibilities to explore other creatures that we didn't get to see in Godzilla King of the Monsters. And I'm all down for this, a Netflix of Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Already have a bank load of ideas you would like to do if you come back for future installments?
I've definitely got some ideas, you know, vague ones, but they're there. I think it would be a really fun concept to explore on television.
Oh.
That would be a fascinating world to explore, both on the big screen, but also on the smaller screen. You know, the ripple effects of having giant.
Very interesting stuff right here. So what do you guys think about it? I think there's potential for so many more things to happen in the monsterverse, and there's obviously a lot of hints that he's talking about with other titans like Battra, Mecha King Ghidorah. I heard there's one where maybe Gigan could make a return. There's so many things, and obviously Kong versus Godzilla, and he wants to continue Godzilla in theaters and obviously on Netflix, which is always a good possibility. So the future for the monsterverse is looking bright, but I'm not sure how well this movie is doing right now, because from what I heard, the sales on this movie are down and they're not outperforming Godzilla 2014 or even Skull Island. Hopefully this movie does even better over time, but we just have to wait and see, because we obviously want more titans in the monsterverse like Mecha King Ghidorah, Destroya, Biollante, Space Godzilla, and there's so many more potentials and Easter eggs that are hinting towards other stuff like Battra, another Mothra, and so many more things, even Burning Godzilla, which is insane. So anything can happen. The doors are open and there's no closing them back again, so anything is possible now. We just have to hope that this movie does very well. I think at this point it's only a matter of time whether they want to buy the rights for other titans with Toho, maybe Gigan, Space Godzilla, Biollante, Destroyer, Battra, Mecha King Ghidorah, Orga. Anything can happen for the future. It's only a matter of sitting down, talking with Toho, and anything is possible. Whether they want to take this to Netflix or on theaters, anything is possible because Michael Dougherty pretty much opened up the door for cool ideas with other titans, and not to forget that he created his original titans, so those could play a big role in the future. And I honestly think the idea of Battra being created from King Ghidorah's head, it is freaking epic. Maybe she gets mutated and that's how Battra's origins actually start. And another interesting thing that I really do like how Michael Dougherty set it out to be is Mothra. The way that she has the ability to communicate or give out old memories to other Mothras, and that is something unique because I don't think that has ever been shown in Toho movies, where if the original Mothra dies, she can pass on her memories to the new larva and she'll remember every single thought, and that could potentially be very powerful because she can learn brand new techniques, or she can ally with monsters and titans that the older Mothra actually knew, such as Godzilla 2019